I don't know what the hell's happening. There's supposed to be an intro. Hold on. What the hell's happening? Okay, let me go back. God dang it.
There is a way to create the lifestyle you've always wanted, even when it sometimes feels impossible.
Only a few years ago, Jess and I were dead broke, in personal foreclosure, and we weren't really sure what we were going to do. Jess was amazing, beautiful, and so smart, but I knew I'd lose her if I didn't turn the situation around.
I fell in love with such a handsome, great man, and I knew he was scared, but to be honest, I wasn't much better off. I was working at a makeup counter, just trying to make ends meet. We fell into an opportunity at a network marketing company, and while I had no idea what network marketing was, I decided to give it a try.
We developed some strategies that worked extremely well on social media, and that had us become the #1 income earners in that network marketing company. So many people saw how we were doing it on social media. They reached out to us and wanted us to teach them and teach their teams, and that is the primary reason we created our company, the Higdon Group.
We had our daughter, Sabrina, and we have a son on the way. And the amazing thing about this lifestyle is it's enabled us to be able to raise these children ourselves.
Rank Makers is our private community that helps network marketers make more money, recruit more reps, generate more leads, and rank advance in their company.
We want to help you do the same. So join our family so we can be wildly successful beyond our wildest dreams.
Hello, it's me. It's I was gonna say, like Ava says, it's an MLM SHIT show, but here we are. I did not brush my hair yet, and Happy New Year. Here's the trigger warning. Ray Higdon, and it is Ray Higdon. If you don't know who he is, he's a whole moment, and it's a moment that most of us don't enjoy, and that's not super nice of me to say. I know. Aaron sent me this video to react to, and I went live before I loaded it in, but I did download it. So midway through, he tells you how to get closer to him, which is a whole ego moment. And so, yeah, we're going to watch that. That's my trigger warning. There's probably going to be like, I don't know, body shaming already has happened. I don't even know, like negative talk, just general unpleasantness. That's what I'm going to say. Religious manipulation. It's all the things. And I'm going to try to, where's my background? Is it this? It is this. Hello. I'm DeeCee. I like to live stream more than I like uploading videos. And, I sometimes we have technical difficulties, but just like right now when my green screen is not working, but here we are. I'm happy to be here. Hello. Yes. Hello, Lift Panic. Avery, Mermeow, Tanya, Janet. Hello. Hey, Nina. Yes, it's all of the warnings. All of the warnings. Manipulation. Yes. Oh my God, here we go. Wait, what? Thank you for liking the stream. I appreciate the support. I see the little thumbs up go on my little window because I'm streaming through, what am I streaming through? Ecamm. Let me see. I just downloaded the video. I think what we should do is me not look like a vampire. What is happening? I was so close. I was so close to having a good stream. Okay. Let me put the video on the screen. And we'll just have it here in the corner. Is that good? Or do we want to... I don't think we want Ray Higdon to be full size, do we? Let's see. Y'all vote. Live chat, you get the benefit. Do you want Ray Higdon full size behind me? Or do you want him small in the corner? Let me know. And I can't get my... I thought it was scrolling caution tape. Yeah, it's kind of, yes. Yes, Katrina, it is. So it's my trigger warning scrolling caution tape of like, caution, there may be stuff that hits the fan, and I won't start cussing until 13 minutes because I don't want to get slapped by YouTube, and that is my general time frame for that. So here we are. Oh, here's my disclaimer. Here we go. And we're back. Okay. Hello. Lynn, hi. Wait, I think it's just your phone. I hope it's just your phone. Wait, can y'all see me? I think you should be able to see me. I don't know. Keep them small. Okay, got it. Let me open them up on QuickTime. We're so sad about this. Okay, screenshot. 𝐔𝐄. Oh no, that's not right. Wait, what? I just downloaded it on Facebook. Where is it? I was like, Q Sciences. Here we go. Got it. All right, let's share the... Here we go. Don't dox myself. QuickTime player. Okay. I will make it smaller. This came from Facebook, and Erin B sent me this video. Huge shout out to Erin because she's incredible. She's a big creator, and I'm sure that all of y'all have found me because of her. She was in Prove It for with Jessie Lee Ward. Has all the inside deets on that. She was in multi-level marketing for 13 and a half years, and as she says in her intro, healed her way out, and now she is helping others do the same. She makes incredible content. She's a consistent creator. She's always uploading great videos. So if you don't already follow Erin B's, she's linked in my description. I'm pretty sure sometimes the auto upload stuff it's messed up, so I have to go back in and add it, but I have a list of creators that I try to support. He should be in the corner because he needs a timeout. Yes. Okay. Here we go. I'm so scared. Erin, hello. We were just singing your praises. Hello. How is everybody? Okay, we're gonna press play. Womp womp. Oh my God. What's happening? There we go. Play. Oh no, where's the sound? Sir, what the flippity flop is happening? Can we hear it now? No? We don't need to hear him say, hey again.
Hey.
There we go.
What is up? What's happening? Welcome. Instagram, I'm not crazy about your angle.
Dude,
What I can do about it.
on Facebook, your head is creating a tangent. What are we?
Let me see if this will work.
Why can you not move your screen? Oh my God, your camera up. What does his shirt say? What does his shirt say? What does his shirt say? Don't even say it.
All right. That's better.
Default setting
up?
gratitude.
Happy.
Here's a question. Why is there so much letting between gratitude and default setting? Did we just go in with Times New Roman? Maybe that's not Times New Roman. It's very close though. Why didn't he lower the default setting down?
Friday.
I can't help it. I designed shirts for a long time, so I cannot help it. I cannot help commenting on PowerPoint and shirts.
I'm close to end of 2022. You ready to do this? All right. Welcome.
How, as a social media expert, can I just say this? How does a social media expert not immediately go into speaking so that he's live. What, it can be replayed. Why doesn't he just say, hey, it's Ray Higdon. I'm here to drop some knowledge and also teach you how to pay more attention to me, and let's go. And then you train people to know when you press the live button, you start the live. As a quote unquote social media expert, how come he does this? It's literally, okay, whatever. You know what? I can't lose my mind this early on in the video. I can't do it. But here we are, losing our mind this early in the video.
Very nice. Drop a 1 if you're excited for 2023. You ready for this? You ready to go? 𝐔𝐒𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐒𝐏𝐄𝐒𝐏𝐄𝐓𝐅𝐔𝐋. Spirit fingers. Drop a 1 if you're excited.
No spirit fingers, no ones. Don't even drop them in the chat.
Be free in 23.
Hi, Crystal.
I'm not thinking of any rhyming words. What's a good slogan for 2023?
Stop scamming people. Stop scamming people. Let's warm up the video a little bit. No?
Man, I already got spammers on here.
What up?
That's crazy.
What up?
That was fast.
It's us. We're the drama.
You guys are quick.
Maybe because you're using hashtags that are awful.
So welcome to Free Coaching Friday.
Why is the top of his head cut off?
Is where I answer your questions.
Oh my God.
So feel free to hit me with
I'm
your
making
questions.
a shirt.
I will do my very best to help you.
Holy shit. Oh wait, I'm not 13 minutes in. Dadgummit.
Okay. All right. 1 second.
Yeah, so we didn't even... Does he know that he could have fixed the leading between... The leading is the line between... the space between the lines.
All right,
he's been live for multiple minutes at this point.
Before we get the party started.
2 minutes, 40 seconds. Look, we're not...
Give you a heads up.
What's the heads up? What do we need to know?
Today is the last day to jump into our Top Earner Success School. Top Earner Success School starts next week, and it's our 6-week program.
Oh boy!
It goes over the 6. What I see is the 6 categories to become a top earner in your company, and so we cover how to create a compelling vision, unlimited prospects, and script.
What the hell are we looking at? Join my team because we're gonna write on an electronic whiteboard instead of creating a PowerPoint. Test 2.0. What's test? Vision, unlimited prospects plus scripts, friends plus family scripts that work, closing, marketing, leadership. Is this some sort of sales tactic that people are more likely to join your group if you write on something in real time? Because what? And why is his ring light not even tall enough to get the glare out of his very expensive whiteboard? If this is not a whiteboard and it is just a shared screen from his iPad, I'm also additionally going to lose my mind. I say this, he can afford something different. Also, he can afford to raise his camera so he's not looking down at us the whole time.
Friends and family scripts, closing, marketing, and leadership. And each week we have a live Q&A.
Hi,
each week
Charlene.
we have a contest and homework. And so if you want to start off 2023 right,
No.
today is the last day to join.
What?
I don't have the link on here. Let me write it for you.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, Charlene. Trying to put you over here.
Group.
There we go.
Isn't this pretty? Test. Okay. HigdonGroup.com/test. Today is the last day to hop in there. And so if you want to rock and roll, come on in.
Is this the off-brand whiteboard version of what Jesse Lee Ward has?
Come on in. All right. Okay, so Arnold, I'm not clear what you're asking. You got a question about the package for $497? What package is that? What package is that? Yeah,
what package
Instagram's
is
going to
that?
be backwards, unfortunately.
You could have flipped it. Can I just say this? He can go live to Instagram through Yellow Duck, through Promo Vgram, where you could be streaming to multiple platforms through one camera lens. And here's the thing. All of y'all people, all of the MLM people in these like coaching groups where they're saying we have something better and more incredible than anybody else has. Why are you making it difficult for people to watch your content? Why don't you know about this stuff? You don't have to buy 6 million cell phones. You can just have a webcam. Oh my God. I think that it's supposed to be a tighter fit. I don't know. The Wish version of the whiteboard. Yes.
I'm not sure what package you're referring to. So this is, let me just check and make sure.
I don't even know what you're talking about, even though I am selling something and I'm not aware of it. What?
That'd be wild if I didn't know the price of it, right?
Yeah, that would be unprofessional. That would be unprofessional, sir.
So this is $197, or we have three payment plan. But tonight is the last chance to join. So I'm not sure what you mean, Arnold.
This
shoot an
is
email
so
to
stimulating right now.
at HigdonGroup.com.
Oh God.
Why is this so? All right, there we go. All right.
Lynn.
So it's if you go to the page, it's $197 or 3 payments for $77.
Oh God.
Okay.
7, 14,
right.
21.
So what questions you got? How can I best help you?
Aren't you supposed to be having a plan? Here's the thing. Let's say this. Let's say DeeCee never had any technical difficulties. And yes, I realize that I am talking about myself in a third person after I made a big hullabaloo about doing that the other day. We're just making fun of myself at this point, okay? Let's say I never had technical difficulties, okay? Let's say that all of the intro videos worked, and then the disclaimer worked, and then the, hey, there's a trigger warning because people may make you feel awful here as we react to this video. That gives people a certain amount of time to pop in while you're also providing valuable information. So why doesn't he create a monologue? Why doesn't he say, hey, thanks so much. I'm so excited that you're here to put me on a pedestal and to hear me tell you how to potentially take advantage of other people. And you can learn all of these nifty tricks by paying me a low fee of $197 plus tax and maybe a processing fee. And why should you choose me? Well, I've been in network marketing, blah, blah, blah. You could have gotten a lot of information in 5 minutes and 6 seconds, and we haven't learned anything other than you don't even know what you're selling. You know?
And so, Paul, we actually had a
good question, Charlene.
48-hour discount for those in Inner Circle. If you missed it, then
you're screwed.
Reach out to support, and they can honor that. Just let them know I said that.
I love how he's like saying like, hey, just let them know that I said that, even though he could have told his team, hey, there's going to be a special circumstance situation for people who are already paying us a monthly fee, who are in their circle group. Why doesn't he tell the support team that? I know I'm picking on like things, but it's just it feels like it is the fruit of a lack of professionalism, and it is showing up here. Why would we pay a premium for this shit?
Okay.
You also know if you like go through Restream, you can be streaming to Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all those, and it will grab all of the comments from all of your platforms into one spot so you can read them in one spot. You don't have to be on multiple different phones or tablets or computers.
Man, the spammers are coming out of the woodworks, man.
That is because you are spamming people, sir.
What happens when you're growing?
No. You know who doesn't have spammers? Emily D. Baker has almost 700,000 followers. She has mods. And then she also like does all these things to block people preemptively, so there's no spammers in the chat. You could pay for moderators. He could have hired someone to be managing his live to at least just block the spammers while we're doing this. We're 5 minutes and 55 seconds in, and he hasn't said anything.
Okay. So Mara is asking how to clean up your TikTok or Instagram account to focus on one problem to solve. More than likely, you don't have to really do much cleanup because, the algorithm will kind of naturally do its job and push that stuff down. I wouldn't worry so much about, historical, and I would just focus on what
Why
can you
is
create
the top
right
of his
now.
head cut off?
Why is this tilted?
Look, I have technical difficulties with my camera all the time. I do. I mean, I don't even like that I'm like a little bit close to this side, but like we have Trey in the corner. It's fine. But like, I'm like, at least he's very off the screen right now, but he's still looking down at us. It is not a fun, like, it's not a fun experience. That is not a great angle. I'm not talking about aesthetic angle. I'm talking about when you feel like someone's talking down at you, like, it's not the best feeling in the world. And oh wait, oh my God, I messed this up. 55, there we go.
Okay.
Why didn't he edit this out?
Mara is asking how to clean up your TikTok or Instagram account to focus on one problem to solve. More than likely, you don't have to really do much cleanup because, the algorithm will kind of naturally do its job and push that stuff down. I wouldn't worry so much about, historical, and I would just focus on what can you create right now. Why is this tilted?
Oh, for the love of God.
The screen is so tilted. And so I would just, hammer it out and just focus on what can you create new. For most people, that's the answer.
I mean, that's not a bad recommendation.
So now, if it was, YouTube, I'll give you a little bit advanced answer. Yesterday, one of my good buddies, Evan Carmichael, who's just awesome, just a total rock star. He's got 4 million subscribers on YouTube, and he did a 90-minute consulting, with me and the team. And so on YouTube, that might be a little bit different answer because YouTube, you can have a 10-year-old video that still gets, thousands of views a day. And so with YouTube, what you would want to do is you want to look at your analytics and look at your impressions and see if you're getting a lot of impressions, but not a lot of click-throughs, that means change the cover photo. If you're getting a lot of clicks, but everyone's leaving in the first minute, then it means fix that first minute. Because that first minute, if you can hook them on YouTube for the first minute, they'll.
I mean, that is not bad, or that's not bad advice, but he is also saying he doesn't know and that his friend was the one giving this advice. So again, why are people in general paying a premium for his help?
Usually stay. And Jen, I deleted the spam comments. So Lucy is asking what time of day is best to post and on more than one platform.
That could be ladies on lions.
It's going to vary based on who you're connected with. It's going to vary based on your time zone. The very best way, like you can Google, right? People will tell you that. But my advice would be if you Google what's, best time to post on what platform, you'll find several different articles.
Oh my God.
And some of them will conflict with each other. But at the end of the day, I would watch your analytics because that's always the answer. It's like some people ask, hey, what's a good ad? What's a good headline for an ad? Well, a good headline for an ad is one that you've tested and then you try to beat the control, right? And so a lot of these, you know, an answer like that is found in your analytics, not in an article or not in my knowledge.
He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Yes and no. Yes and no to what he's saying. There is some value in doing like A/B testing and being able to like see if a paid ad is going to do what you want it to do. Now, what he's talking about with YouTube, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm not big. Ask Aaron, ask Julie Joe, or Chelsea, or Jessica Hickson, or Hannah, or I mean, everyone bigger than me. I get that. I'm just, you know, running my mouth on the internet. But in terms of like what he's talking about, that's meaningful to a point. But at the end of the day, if people don't want to watch their video, the first minute isn't going to help. Okay? The first minute is important, sure. Is it going to be interesting? Is it like the countdown, which I ruined mine, but is there an interesting video for people to watch, for the people who show up early? Or is there interesting like monologue? Fundy Fridays does incredible first minutes. Fundy Fridays does. And she has like, or they, I don't remember. I think it's, I don't, if I mess up her pronouns, I'm so sorry. Has incredible monologue intro, for first minute or whatever. So like part of what he's saying is true. And also you're competing with millions of users on YouTube in terms of your cover photo. And is it serving your audience? Can they find what they want to watch? Can they find it? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But it's also at the very core of it, does your content suck? If it sucks, then you're SOL.
You have to go and see, you know, who's connected to you and what time zone are they, what time zone are you. And so you can Google it, use that article, start posting at those times.
Hello,
but pay attention
Heather.
And just look at your analytics, what performs better. And if you notice that a time is performing better than the others, then switch up the other times. But
it's so much more complex than just saying, okay, 5:15 p.m. is the best time for me to post. It's so much more complex than that. Yes. When you're looking at your analytics, is there a general like time period of when the people who love your content are probably going to show up and watch your content when it's convenient for them? If you're the type of person to do live streaming, figuring out what live streaming like is good for people. And there's people in different time zones all over the world. And so having a mix of like pre-uploaded content or live streams, okay, got it. But at the very, 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 very core, it's the actual meat of the video that's important. In my opinion. God dang. Cheryl, hello.
I've also found that what a lot of people suffer from is they get into this, you know, paralysis of analysis where they're asking every single question to try to get it perfect before they create any content at all, right? And so it's, you know, it's important to sharpen the saw if you plan on chopping.
I don't think you chop with a saw. I thought you chopped with an axe. And y'all, I know I'm being picky. Can I just say this? I think Ray does better when he's not live. That's just me. And take it for what you will. I have a million technical difficulties. I get it. I don't really have a platform to stand on. But this whole like not having comments ready, not having them pop up on the screen so that you can answer them across multiple platforms, and having the awful background behind him, it's literally awful.
Some people, they sharpen the saw just to sharpen the saw.
Cheryl's coming out with an awesome planner. Go check it out when she's posted.
And then they engrave their initials on the you know, the axe, I should say, right?
Yep.
They're sharpening.
There's a lot
axe.
of
Let's
nuances
go with
and
axe,
factors for
right? So
sure.
they're sharpening the axe and they get a new handle and it's really nice, man. I mean, it's the latest technology handle. It's super nice. And, you know, and then they're like, okay, I'm about to chop some wood. And they're like, you know what? Gloves. What are the best gloves to get? Let me get these nice gloves. All right, I got my gloves. Okay, I got the new handle. It's pearl. It's got my initials in it. I've sharpened the axe. I'm ready to chop. I'm getting ready to chop. You know what? What if I chop and like a splinter gets in my eye, right? I need eyewear, right? Ray, what's the best kind of eyewear when chopping wood? And so pretty soon someone's thousands of dollars in, and their years of study in and sharpening the saw and polishing the hand
The axe.
and getting their eyewear. And, then what if they miss and hit their, foot? So they get steel-toed boots and, and by the way, you don't think this applies to you. It applies to you, right? And I'm talking to all of you, not some of you. And so, then you get your business cards, because if you're going to chop wood, I mean, people should know, right? So then you get, some glamour shots of you with an axe. You've yet to chop any wood. Okay, you haven't chopped anything.
This is Ray.
Right, but you got the glamour shots, and on your profile photo, it's you with a real pearl-handled, super nice initials, axe.
I think what he's saying is that you can get caught up in the small things instead of doing the actual wood chopping. However, you still need to be strong. You still need to be like somewhat strong enough to be able to chop wood. You still need eye protection. You still need to have protective boots on. You still probably need to wear a long sleeve shirt when you're chopping wood. You still probably need gloves, because if you've ever chopped wood, and I have, you get freaking blisters on your hands if you are chopping without gloves on, okay? It just happens. I know what he's trying to say, but like, again, we're 11 minutes and 19 seconds into this video, and we haven't listened. We just haven't heard anything yet.
Eyewear. Now you got a helmet, just in case.
Yep.
Steel-toed boots.
Good. Put good content out. Yes.
You've done everything but chop wood. So what's the chopping of the wood?
Yes, Ray. Why don't you put out good content? That's my question. I think he does do better like pre-recorded, but
chopping of the wood is the actual work, is the creation of marketing, the creation of content, the being vulnerable on video.
Okay, as someone who unfortunately cries on the internet more than I would have ever hoped that I would say that would happen, you don't have to be emotional or vulnerable or anything on the internet. As someone who's freaking glad that I'm out of Young Living and Mary Kay Cosmetics, I'm glad that I do not have to like use my story, your why should make you cry or whatever, or other people cry. I don't have to use that to convince other people that this opportunity is incredible and life-changing and all that shit. I'm glad. Now, is there some like potential scarring and or like not upset feelings, like just things I got to work through because I was in kind of some high control groups, and there was some faith manipulation that happened, and there was just in general like shitty stuff? Sure. Is that painful to talk about for me because I'm more of a feely type of person? Yeah. Am I doing that off screen and like in therapy and working through that there? Yes. Does it sometimes show up when I'm reacting to stuff? It does, because it impacts such a large part of my life. It's not something I can just easily turn off either, but I'm glad that I don't have to use my story to manipulate others to say like, oh my gosh, I had a bad experience in multi-level marketing, and you probably have too. Some people have, sure. And if they're confused at why it's not working for them, and they see that people like Aaron and Julie Joe and Chelsea and Hannah and Jessica Hickson and Savannah and other and the Clown Town and Karina and Heather, all the other creators that I have not mentioned, I'm sorry, that they're talking about it and trying to say like, hey, look out for this. Hey, so they might be telling you this, but this is it. Maybe what it means. Like, there's lots of people trying to speak up about it, and they're not like playing on your emotions to do it. And I think, and Aaron has covered Ray Higdon a lot. She and Julie Joe are have him on their radar, which is great. And she said, I think he repeats himself because they aren't his original ideas. His groups, in my opinion, he uses as a source for his content. Yeah, and that's another problem. Like, if you are the big wig, like, creating this content, and you cannot come up with the creative ideas, and you don't have the inspiration or, I don't know, the creativity, or, and I say this very gently, the intelligence to come up with these ideas that communicate what you're trying to say to others, it falls flat, very flat, flatter than the beige background and the Wish version of the whiteboard.
All right. And that's, one of my favorite verses. I talked about it this morning.
Oh my
See if
God.
I can find it real
Religious
quick.
manipulation.
Proverbs 11:26. The people will curse him who withholds grain.
Can I just say this? I know most people here are not religious. Can I just say this for 1 second? If you cherry pick verses out of the Bible to manipulate others, that's such a shitty thing to do. And not only is it shitty because you're manipulating people, it's incredibly inaccurate. And again, some people don't believe the Bible's real, some people do, but I'm saying in terms of maintaining the integrity of a book, if you don't understand what they were saying in the history of like when they were writing that, or the entire chapter, or what was actually being spoken about, you can't just say, here is 30 characters that's really going to support my point in my MLM, like whatever. My MLM, I don't even know what I was saying. My MLM, whatever. Not what, I'm like so tired. What is it called? Campaign. My MLM campaign to convert as many people and to get them to buy my Rank Makers product. That's just so beyond idiotic. Yeah, and let's keep the Bible verses out of the business coaching. Hi, Maru. He literally just posted the same video twice with a different title and thumbnail. Sir Ray Higdon. Oh my God. Oh my God. Spiritual manipulation has entered the chat. Here we go. Buckle up. Buckle up.
The people will curse him who withholds grain, but blessing will be the head of him who sells it. Right?
Oh my God.
So, cursed is the person that's constantly sharpening the axe and getting the handle and the eyewear, right? And they're withholding the actual, they're not doing the actual.
That is not what that verse means. Oh my God. That's
work. They're not providing the actual solution. So you are connected to a company that could help someone lose weight or have more energy or feel better, have less stress, sleep better, whatever, make
not
money.
everyone
There's
needs
a
to
lot
lose
of people
weight,
need to
my
make extra
guy.
money right now, but you're so busy sharpening the axe. You're so busy getting the fanciest gloves. You're so busy getting the Photoshop, right? And the glamour shot of you
literally
posing
Ray.
as someone who chops wood, but you haven't.
Literally Ray. Have you seen? Okay. That's mean. The amount of photos that Ray has, which is fine. He's in marketing. Okay. What the hell am I doing?
Haven't chopped any wood. And so go chop the wood imperfectly, right?
Yep.
And so,
You are right,
chop
Janet.
a few hundred logs and then say, you know what? I kind of need some gloves, man. And so what would be gloves? What might be gloves? Maybe you get a light. You get a light to shine on you. Now your face is.
Oh my God. His light isn't even close enough to him to make an impact. You know how I know? Look how bright the light is that's shining off. And again, I look like a vampire right now. I'm still at my parents' house because my dog got hurt and I'm waiting to go to the vet again for Monday. I get it. I know I look like a vampire, but like when you can make a very low quality camera look way better with having light. And you don't need to buy an expensive ring light. You can go to Home Depot and get a natural daylight bulb, get a lamp if you have a lamp, put that light in, and you can mimic some of like the better lighting. It needs, especially ring lights are meant to be used a little bit closer than just lighting up a room, because it doesn't necessarily look like his space is any better lit than just having the overhead lights on, which is fine. Okay, I get it. I know that he's just drinking an example.
Brighten up for the video. Okay.
This is not even in 1080 DPI or PPI or whatever. It's not even, it's in like 720. And I know Facebook downgrades the video, but you could have it a lot crisper. You're getting tons of pixelation because your camera is not picking up enough light. In his own experience, okay?
My first couple hundred videos, I didn't have a light.
This isn't any different.
I had done hundreds of videos before I even had the I should probably get a light. My first videos are totally terrible. You can barely even see me, but I made them. I built the muscle. I chopped that wood, and the wood was all, messed up. I had a dull blade. I didn't know exactly the right format, but I chopped that damn wood. Too many people are spending so much time on the axe and what microphone do I need and what light and what background, and that doesn't work. Let me get another background. Sorry. Then I'll start doing the work. Chop the wood imperfectly. I hope that helps.
A snowboy in Animal Crossing. Love it. Goddamn.
All right. What else we got?
Can I just say this?
Yeah.
Can I just say this? I work for someone, and when they go live, their team is in the background, usually me and a few other people, and we have the chat set up in Signal or whatever, where we're putting in the questions that to feed them in, so there's no lag time in answering the questions. I'm not saying like I have all the answers. I'm saying like it's a waste of people's time for him to be humming and trying to find the next thing. Like, why isn't his team copying and pasting or typing in the question so that there is just question answering after question answering after question answering? Like, I don't have any rose-colored visions about how like fast I can lose someone's focus or attention when I'm doing a video, because like if there's lags or if there's technical difficulties or if I'm not sharing something in an interesting or meaningful or different or valuable way. Like, I get it. That's on me. This is on Ray. 100%. Oh my God.
What tree to chop? When should I chop? Yep, totally. I feel attacked on the business.
Sorry,
card.
Maru.
Yep.
We're just here watching Ray read his comments.
Drop a 3 if you needed to hear that. Let's be honest. Okay. All right, Paul. When starting, and you have a lot of marketing questions. You must have tuned into last night's.
I ask him too much.
Usually I'm getting, how to overcome, depression, or how to overcome stuckness, or something.
How to overcome depression? It's not in an MLM product, I will tell you that. Okay, 2022. I know it's 2023. Back in 2022, I got on medicine finally after 3 years of trying to manage my mental health with essential fucking oils. Okay, and I know that there's some impact that you can make through the olfactory sensor in your brain or whatever, but it's not, if you have chemical imbalances like I do. I needed something else, and I've tried. Okay, apologies, trigger warning, mental health. I'm saying in 2022, I said, okay, screw it. I know I'm terrified to go to the doctor. I left Young Living. I got on. I was able to go to therapy and get medicine, and start working through my stuff. I ended up leaving Young Living in March or April. March, I said, you have a month to figure out like who's going to take my line. April, I'm out. I talked with Erin on her podcast, and then I started making some videos. So I'm saying like I was looking for some of those like fixes for my mental health in multi-level marketing products, and I don't think they exist. And I also think that it's very like unethical and dangerous for non-licensed professionals to be saying, I have the answer, withhold medical intervention because you can contribute to my commission check here, and these products may or may not help you. I think that's dangerous. And I like, from the luck of the draw, I'm still here and had enough time to get on medicine. I will say that. And I'm disappointed that I like got stuck in a group for so long and I didn't get help for such a long time. So I don't think Ray has any business speaking to any of this.
That you guys are asking a lot of marketing questions, which is fine, right?
You're asking a lot of marketing questions, and that's what your business does.
I'm dealer's choice. Paul, when starting to do reels, is there a preferred platform to focus on? Instagram, Facebook, etc. And should we focus on getting good on that one platform and building a presence before
He's only been doing lives for 5 years now. He's still new.
Better? So
is this like the S curve in 𝐔𝐄 when they say we're still what is it? We're still the ground floor. It's a ground floor opportunity 5 years later. Is that the same thing?
Past. I don't know why I'm sorry, Facebook. I don't know why my screen is like so weirdly crooked. Instagram.
I think he's looking at himself in the video. I think he is.
What is happening? All right, hold on. I got to fix this. It's driving me nuts. Is that better? I can't tell.
It's not better. You know why? Because it's not high enough, sir. Thank you for liking the stream. Oh my God.
That is weird. All right. Let's see. Hold on. It's probably not, it may not be bothering you, but it's bothering me. Let me try to fix this thing.
This marketing genius, this self-proclaimed marketing genius is stacking. And again, if you want to start creating content, you can do it with your cell phone. You don't need a fancy studio. You don't need a microphone. You just need a quiet space for something to capture sound. And I know my sound here is more echoey because I'm not in my closet, but still, and like, I know it's echoing a little bit. It's just some of my technical difficulties. But you can do your video. You can start out with a cardboard box, get a towel, put it in the cardboard box, set up your camera in front of that, and start making videos. Your sound is going to get picked up by your camera, and it's going to hit the towel and the box, and you're going to get an incredible, better sound. If you're just trying to start out, you don't need a ton of stuff. And I say that because this dude is making millions of dollars off people that are not getting the value in return. And he's stacking his computer up with books he found on his desk, which makes me crazy.
That's better, right? All right.
A tangent.
So, let me read the question again, and I'll highlight you.
Oh, we do know how to highlight. Oh my God. Ray, when starting to do reels, is there a preferred... If he's not going to read this out loud, I'm going to read it out loud for us, and maybe he will. Shocker to everyone on the internet, and maybe Ray, there are people who are blind, vision impaired, and they cannot see what you have on the screen. So their whole experience is by listening. And so if you don't read stuff on the screen, and I am guilty of this too, they either have to have someone with them to read it, or they just miss out on what you're saying. So it says, Paul Miller said, Ray, when starting to do reels, is their preferred platform to focus on? Instagram, Facebook, etc. And should we focus on getting good on that one platform and building a presence before branching out? Or is their shotgun approach better? I will answer this question. The shotgun approach is better, okay? And it is also meaningful to create unique content across different platforms. Jessie Lee Ward does not do this. I think her approach is, hopefully I find my group of people who want to follow me on every platform, and I'm just going to post the same thing across everything. That's such a dumb, bull in a china shop way to do it. And yeah, does she have 300,000 followers? Sure. Do I have basically none? Yes. Working in this field for my job does not make me feel super great about doing all that stuff for my own platforms. I don't know. Am I lazy? Sure. But I don't know what Ray's going to say. Let's listen.
And let me show that too. Okay. So Paul Miller, Ray, when starting to do reels,
he's going to read it. Great.
Focus on Instagram, Facebook, etc. And should we focus on getting good on that one platform and building a presence before branching out, or is it a shotgun approach better? So in the past, it was wisdom to focus on one and get good at one provide value at one, build that up, et cetera.
I love that.
Right. And so I actually don't agree with that.
Good question, Janet.
Because of the congruency of the content that works. Okay. The congruency of content that works. So if you
spent money on a microphone accidentally.
There were certain things that worked well on LinkedIn. There were certain things that worked well on, Instagram. There are certain things that worked well on Facebook. But what I would suggest is the top of the food chain is short videos. There's no question. And what specifically do I mean by that? Right? So
yes, exactly.
The top of the food chain in all of marketing is short videos. There is no question. No one can. No.
Let me tell you the answer. If you want like a true marketing genius, Anna is the worst. ANNAISTHEWORST. She works with small people and huge billion-dollar brands. And here's what she says. Every platform is always changing. Right now, maybe short videos. But in general, are you serving your audience? And I'm not saying serving in like a manipulative religious way. I'm saying, do you provide value to your audience? And are you speaking to things that they want to like show up and listen to you for? That's a question. That's the question. And sometimes there's certain preferences for different lengths of videos. That's it. That's it. And it's always changing. And then Ray's just saying, oh, right now, short videos across every platform. Maybe. This is not going to age well, my guy.
I can even argue this because it allows you the ability to reach the most amount of people that don't even know you for free. So what are short videos? That's, Instagram Reels. That's Facebook
my God.
Reels.
Why are we writing on
TikTok?
What?
YouTube Shorts. And the thing about this, what's interesting is all of these are really interchangeable. Now,
those are relatively recent though. Everyone is trying to compete with TikTok. Did I take TikTok off my phone? Sure did. Did I want to? No, I did not. Doesn't matter if you still have it on your phone. It doesn't matter to me. Just a personal choice that I made because of freaking reading a lawsuit that has come forward, and the stuff that is alleged in there is freaking wild. So I'm just waiting. That's fine. Let me paint it like this. There's a group of people that probably hate you on the internet. Then there's a middle circle of people who really like your stuff, and that's on the other side. So hates on one side, likes on the other side. In the middle are the people that have not been converted yet. So they don't have any feelings about you whatsoever. So while you're speaking directly to the people who probably like you, your stuff is better served to be able to, if someone who doesn't know you and hasn't made a decision on you yet comes across your video, will they be able to make a decision from seeing that video? Because if you're only talking to the people who really like you and you're using shortened language and inside jokes because they've been around for forever, which I love, that's not going to help convert new people to your content. Does that make sense?
Might there be a little tiny tweak, that you add to, you remove the TikTok logo, right? Which don't ask me that. Just Google it. Super easy.
Don't ask me that, even though I'm a marketing expert and that you're paying for me to teach you how to do this because he doesn't know how to do it.
Right. Ask me strategy questions.
Damn.
Don't ask me what button to press, because any button to press, you can just Google.
Great.
Just Google how to remove a TikTok logo. Right. And so all of these, they're really interchangeable for the most part. So if you're going to create one, why not upload it to all of them? Right. I mean, it makes no sense not to.
here's an idea. Let's for a second pretend that there is different people on your platforms across the web. And let's say people on YouTube, shocker, like longer content. Oh my God. Can we imagine that? Maybe a little bit. Maybe people on Instagram like lives or reels, 7 seconds. Okay. But let's say people who prefer Instagram, they prefer consuming content in a different way than TikTok, than Facebook Reels, than YouTube Shorts. Why don't we just take that into like a possibility? Just take that in for a second. Why would you then post the same type of content to every single platform? The only reason I do it is because there are some people that I really care about here on YouTube who don't have other social media platforms. And so sometimes I will upload my Instagram lives to YouTube for them. That's it. That breaks the rules, but it also answers the rules of if you give a shit about the people who watch your content, then maybe help them out a little bit if they freaking want to watch your content. Dear God.
And so now you can choose where you spend the most.
Janet says, pay me for marketing coaching, but don't ask me marketing questions. Yes, you are hilarious, Janet.
Amount of your time, right? You could choose to.
I think $1 million hairs, Beth. I'm just kidding. I don't know how much.
You could choose to focus on one more, but if you're making one of these, why wouldn't you upload them to all four? Totally would. Makes no sense not to. And you just don't know. I mean, I've had Instagram reels that, got, 50,000 views. On TikTok, they got 800 views. I've had Facebook reels that had 3 million views. On TikTok, got 5,000 views. I've had YouTube Shorts get 2,000 views. And the same TikTok get 250,000 views, right? And it doesn't have to do, and this is the, this whole algorithm, which you, well, like them or not, you can thank TikTok for, because they're the ones that started this.
TikTok's algorithm is superior because they additionally, other than having the best information data tracking system, they have access to that on your phone. And then guess what? When they also have access to the front and back camera on your phone. And so when they track your eye movement when you're watching a video on TikTok so that they can better and watch your facial expressions, like their computer system does that, so that they know what types of things to show you. Is their algorithm the best I've ever seen? Yup. It is. Do I necessarily feel great about someone watching my facial expressions to see what kind of content that they should show me next? No, I don't. I don't feel the best about that. I don't. I think Julie said she paid $99 a month for coaching and $800 for Ray's $100,000 inner circle. Can't remember, but I think that's what he charges. Awesome. Thanks for that info. And Julie is another creator here on YouTube. And Janet, if you can could you grab the link to her YouTube page? She left Rank Makers and has been exposing Ray and all of the effery that has been happening. So yeah. I mean, it's a great algorithm. It is. I'm not saying it's not. It's just, it's a little nervous. It makes me a little nervous.
Algorithm. The algorithm is concerned more with, for the first time ever, they're concerned more with your content than your following. So in the past, if a influencer said to you, hey, I just got, 1 million views, here's how to do it, it wouldn't matter.
That's not true, sir. That's not true.
Because they're an influencer. But we have students.
Well, some influencers have literally shot their own opportunity in the foot. And here's why. When you do these like giveaways where they have to like every photo for December or January or whatever, guess what that looks like to Instagram? It looks like bot behavior, okay? Because you're getting all of a sudden out of nowhere, you are paying from a box reward in terms of, hey, we're going to pick one winner. To enter, you have to like every single photo for 30 days. That looks like bot behavior. So then Instagram suppresses your reach because they do not want bots on their platform, which is another reason why you get penalized if you unfollow a certain amount of people per day if you are trying to remove bots from your following list. Because guess what? Removing a bunch of people from your following list at one time, guess what that looks like? It looks like bot behavior. So they think, oh my God, this is not what we want on our platform. So you're not going to get your stuff seen by anyone. Okay? And Instagram and any other social platform's whole goal is this. They want users to stay on the platform for as long as possible. So guess what? If you post something to your stories and a bunch of people boot out of your stories because it is hard to hear or whatever, like you could be speaking the truth, but if people don't want to watch it, like, and it makes them bump out of stories, Instagram's going to say, oh my gosh, this is not safe information to share with anyone. So we're not going to show that your set of stories to anyone. If you wonder why all of a sudden your engagement or reach drops, it's because of something you've posted, not Instagram. Julie Anderson taught Ray about TikTok, and now he sells that training that she did. That's so shitty. That is so shitty. Oh, yes. Heck yeah. Yes, Julie Anderson also does phenomenal Instagram Reels and TikTok content. She's hilarious. Yes, definitely follow her.
That aren't influencers that have videos with millions of views. How's that happen? And so, you're going to, and by the way,
hi, Sam.
You can keep, you can post this one.
Hope you're feeling
I'll give you
better.
Another strategy I heard yesterday from 𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐒𝐏𝐄𝐂𝐓𝐅𝐔𝐋. So on Instagram, someone tag Evan. I don't know if he pays attention on Facebook, but someone tag 𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐒𝐏𝐿𝐿𝐿. He's awesome. And he helped us so much yesterday. He spent 90 minutes with us. And he reached out to me. He's like, hey man, I saw your apology to God video and hey, I want to help you with your YouTube strategy. I'm like, okay, Mr. 4 million subscribers. Sure. I will listen. I'd be more than happy to. So someone on Instagram tag Evan in case he could hop on here. And so 2 strategies. Number one, if you're going to create a video, if you're going to create a short video, why not upload it to all 4? Why not?
Why not?
Thank you,
Why not?
Kathy.
Because it doesn't. God dang it. Ray. Okay, we need to stop pausing. We just need to get through the video.
But then also you can just, repost it from time to time. You can repost it from time to time. Like, I'm curious, how many of you have seen my eating the donut video?
I haven't.
Where
Thank
I'm
God.
emulating someone who's skeptical about health-related MLM products. And it's got me smoking a cigar and I'm eating a jelly donut. How many of you have seen that?
Not me. Thank God. Take the question off of the screen.
That was a private thing. So that was just for my team. Maybe I'll do something where you guys can win it or something. Cause that was a multi-$1,000 deal right there. That was amazing.
4 million followers. It was more than thousands.
I've reposted that like a dozen times, right? Maybe even 20 times. Because literally every time I post that thing, it gets 30,000 plus views. So like, I just, why not? Why not keep posting it? And so, but there's another one.
Oh, hello, Igor.
Retweet. It doesn't stand for retweet, But there's another thing that you can do. If you're doing ILT, right? Now, first of all, how many like me diving deep into marketing?
Do you dive in deep to marketing, sir?
I'm usually talking with my team about hardcore marketing. Drop a 7 if you like me talking hardcore marketing.
Can I just ask the live chat and replay crew, much non-culty love to you, do you give a shit about dropping numbers in the chat? Because guess what? I would rather talk to real people in the chat and not see a bunch of numbers, whatever, filling up the chat for no fucking reason. And it is just oh my gosh, look how many people are in the chat and commenting. We're going to maybe push our video out on some platforms, not even every platform. Why? What is with the number shit? When does this training start? Good question. We're just waiting.
Waiting for 7s. Anybody? Or should I move on?
Why would you?
Again, it reminds me of one of my favorite YouTubers, Prophet 𝐊𝐿𝐍𝐃. Am I talking to myself?
You are talking to yourself,
all
sir.
Right, 2 people on Instagram.
Holy
Perfect.
shit.
That's all I needed. And so
he did.
If you're ILT, right?
He did.
It stands for Invest, Learn, Teach, which I do every day. Every day. Now I'm Invest, Learning, Teaching the Bible. I go live every day at 9 a.m. Eastern. I talk about different verses with business.
Are you? He goes live every day? Can I just say this? Can someone tell me? And look, I'm gonna say this with a like big disclaimer. I think there maybe are some really great people in Scientology. I personally think that Scientology is problematic on every single level. It exploits children, and that is my number one no-no to not fuck around with, okay? When Ray had this conversion experience, is he in Scientology now? Because I know he's super close with Grant Cardone, and that's what I want to know. Oh, awesome. That's amazing. Drop just some crap emojis in the chat. I'm just kidding.
And success and diligence and steadfastness and, your mindset, etc. But if you're ILT and a guru, like if you're ILT and Evan Carmichael, right? Smartest YouTube out there. If you're
incorrect.
ILT, if you're Invest, Learn, Teaching, because you're learning from, guru, and you tag them, which you should, why wouldn't you? Right? Those of you advanced students that's been through like my Top Earner Success School, ILT, right? Edify, Execute. So you're edifying, right? So when I hired Grant Cardone for $100,000 for 6 hours of his time, the first hour he taught me something to help me make an additional $1 million that year and every year since. Guess what? I invested
$100,000 for 6 hours? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So it's a little under $20,000 an hour? Holy shit. What? Oh no. Oh my God. I thought it was Scientology. I literally thought it was Scientology. Okay, I'll have to check it out because this is weird, in my opinion.
I learned, I taught what I was learning, I edified him, I executed it, and he asked me to speak at GrowthCon. And so that, it was a couple years ago, I spoke after Magic Johnson, right? So when you edify and execute, then the guru or the author or the speaker or the person that you're talking about, they love it. They appreciate it. And so RT is for retag. So let's say that you decide to do a video based on this free coaching Friday. And so you do a short video, less than a minute, on one takeaway, two takeaways, probably no more than two takeaways, right? So one or two takeaways. You jot some notes. You invested your time to be on here. I know it's free, right? It's freebie, right? So you invested your time to be on here. You learn something. Then you go and teach it in a reel, in a short video, less than 1 minute. And you tag me. And then you post it on Instagram Reels, you tag me. You post on Facebook Reels, you tag me. TikTok, you tag me. YouTube Shorts, you tag me. And then every, let's say 30, 45 days, you repost that same thing and you re-tag me. So you're staying at the top of my mind. And I start to see someone, man, this person's constantly re-tagging me.
And this
man,
is
that's pretty
shit.
cool. Here, you're getting some results. All of a sudden, we start having a better relationship. I start learning more about you. I start paying more attention to you. Because maybe I missed the first re-tag.
You mean the first tag? For the love of God, this is so manipulative. Jessica, what's up? Ray said you met a preacher and some lady in Nashville and they converted him to some group. Oh my God. Is this another cult? Holy shit. Oh my God. Okay. I'll have to like watch more of, I'm behind on Julie's videos. Jen would be incredible to cover him. Ray's sudden pivot to this religious preaching is giving me whiplash, especially ever since I watched that video of Ray on Julie or Aaron's channel with his angry outburst. Yep. Can I just say this? He is talking about some manipulative shit. And if you're trying to get on someone's radar, then that's fine. But it's more than the like very basic way that he's explaining it. I'll talk about it in real people. Let's say that your friend told you about something incredible. Like a crock pot or whatever. I'm just using an example. And then you go tell your other friends, or you buy the crock pot, and you have some friends over, and you say, oh my gosh, Janet Miller recommended this crock pot to me. It's the best crock pot I've ever had, and I'm so glad she told me about it. And here's where I got it. And then those friends go and get it, and they're like, oh yeah, my friend DeeCee told me that Janet got me this crock pot, or recommended this crock pot, and it's incredible, and we saw it at her house, and it was so good that we bought it. And then Janet hears, oh my gosh, you love the crock pot. And I'm like, yeah, I've told everybody that you're the one that recommended it to me, and it's been incredible. Thank you so much. It's about, like, I don't know the right way to describe it. It's not to have other people think that I'm any kind of better about it's not me looking for attention. It's me saying like, hey, this is the person. It's giving freaking credit. Is essentially what it is. But it's saying, hey, I didn't come up with this idea myself. Janet is the one that came up with it, and it was such a great recommendation. I'm so glad that she told me about this crock pot. You know what I mean? Or saying, Aaron is the one that told me about this video and sent me the link for it and said, hey, would you like to cover it? And I was like, hell yes, I want to cover it. And it's not like, I don't know how to explain this. It's just giving credit. It's leaving a trail for people to follow so that you're not taking credit for something that you didn't come up with. Oh my God. There's a recent bonus episode of Roberta's podcast that has a training from Ray and he loses his shit. It's very alarming. Oh my God. Why stop at being a leader in one cult? That doesn't sound like fun. The more cults, the better. Yep. Yeah. And he does want all roads to lead back to Ray. I'm just saying from like a normal perspective, like let's say that Jessica shares a super funny reel, and she doesn't tag anybody in it, but it's something that I connect with. And I don't do this well every time, but and if I share it to my story, I want to say, oh my gosh, I saw this on Jessica's story. It's hilarious. You know, I don't know what it would be. Or if Jessica posts an anti-MLM reel and I share it, guess what? Instagram doesn't tell her that I shared her reel unless I type her name in it. And also sometimes reels are unclickable in stories. There's an error that happens. So if they wanted to get back to Jessica's profile to see all of her anti-MLM content, the only way they'd be able to do that is if they click on her name that I tagged in my story. And it also says it is about the people being able to connect with content that they want to be able to connect with. It's not about like, oh my gosh, I'm such a good person for sharing Jessica's anti-MLM reel. No, it's not about that. It's saying, hey, this is incredible, and I want to make it as easy as possible for other people to find this incredible creator, Jessica. Does that make sense? Oh, I'm sorry I said that. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm communicating well because Ray makes me crazy.
About this. This is one video. This is one video. You're posting in 4 places. You can repost from time to time. You can retag, right? So ILT stands for Invest, Learn, Teach.
Emma!
That's why you should never run out of content.
Thank you for licking the stream.
And I could go into any market.
Thank you,
If
Cheryl.
I wanted to attract people that struggle with sleeping problems,
My phone's dead.
I would just Google sleeping tips for better sleep. And I would invest my time to do a little bit of study. I would learn some things. Then I would go do reels and teach it. Does that make sense?
Why would you teach about something that... Again, he's saying look at something to teach to make a reel so that you can get followers instead of actually providing valuable content to the people who are watching your content. I know it's like nuanced, but like this is so manipulative, and marketing is strategic and it is complex, but when you make it manipulative, it is so gross. It's so gross.
Pretty simple. Execute means you actually do the stuff. See, like only a percentage, like most entrepreneurs, they will do this.
Oh my God.
Right?
Happy New Year.
They'll do the I and the L. I mean, if I had to guess, I would say, Sam. I mean, this is a total guess. Most is probably a strong word.
Thank you, Beth.
If I had to guess, based on being 17 years full-time business owner.
Hi to everyone else I've missed while putting the Loki monster to bed.
Insurance agencies, real estate, network marketing, speakers, authors.
It's just like sales should be sales and marketing. When you use your ability to communicate something well for, and I say evil or nefarious purposes or personal profit, and you are doing it in a deceptive way, it's so slimy and gross. Marketing can be an incredible tool, especially when you're upfront about the benefits and the cons about, whatever you're selling. And the way that he is doing this, one, it's all attention on him, all about like the hyper focus on self. That's why we named the title of this stream, The Revelation of Ray Higdon's Ego. And I will say this, when I was looking, I don't like to diagnose people, but saying someone is egotistical is not like, I think it's just, it's in my opinion. It's just, I don't know. I think that he is very egotistical. I think that he uses it to, really, in my opinion, harm others. Not his ego, but, and I don't, like, oh, there I am. I'm trying to read it. So I said, 5 most common egotistical personality traits: a near constant tendency to be self-referential and an inability to commit to anything that doesn't serve their interests, an exaggerated view of their abilities, a lack of personal accountability, and difficulty empathizing. And in my opinion, And again, I don't like dipping my toes in, and I don't think this violates my own rule, but we see that in lots of his content. In all of this, instead of saying, look, if you find value, tag me and I'd love to see like whatever. I don't know even how you would say that. But he's saying you can get me to pay attention to you if you tag the shit out of me on every single platform. And it's all about me, and it's not about value that you're receiving. And look, if you want to tag me, great. If you don't, that's fine too. It's like, tag me and this is what you're going to get. Me. God, it's sponsored by Google.
Say maybe 65%. They invest and they learn to improve their skills.
That's awful, Emma.
Okay?
Dang.
That'd be my guess.
This is baloney. Sharing
Of
is
the
caring.
65%, okay, I would say of the 65%, if I had to guess, I would say
Oh, sorry, it's pausing.
maybe 5% consistently
Oh, it's his
teach
video.
what they learn. You want me to show you why I think that?
Can I just say something? Ray Higdon is a multi-millionaire. And look, I've had my internet difficulties along with the best of them. If he is so wealthy from multi-level marketing, why can't he get fast internet? Is that mean of me to ask? Because the lagging that is happening on this video, it's not me. I'm playing this from my desktop. So there's no network interference. There's no slowed downness because it's crossing cords or connection points. It's on my desktop and we're playing it through my screen. I don't know why he's lagging.
Okay. What's the last book you read?
Give them credit by tagging them or putting it on the very bottom.
Business, personal development, whatever. What are some of the books?
Cheryl
Give me
is the
some
best.
ideas.
So is Emma.
Give me some
So are all of
ideas.
y'all.
What's the last book you read? Drop me a comment.
Okay, thanks, Emma. Yes.
Come on.
Take the question
Last
off
book
the
you read.
screen,
You guys do read
sir.
books, right? You wouldn't be on here. Mara, hey, nice. Thank you.
Looks like he's drawing a massive knob on his
Okay,
board.
7 Habits, Think and Grow Rich. Mara read our book, Time, Money, Freedom. Thank you for that.
Can I just say this? Treating the people who decide, if anyone even decides to participate in a live stream and leave comments, it's incredible every time. Even if someone's saying hi, or even if no one is saying hi and they're just supporting by like watching in the background, it's incredible. If people feel safe enough to leave comments and engage in the conversation, why would you make it feel like a negative classroom situation where you're just like, okay, class, I've asked a question and we're not moving on until you answer what book you've read last? It's like, whoa, do you even understand? Like, if we're talking one-on-one, if I'm talking with Emma, or if I'm talking with Jessica, or if I'm talking with Beth, and we're having a back and forth, it's not like, okay, Jessica, what's the last book you've read? I'm not going to say anything else until you've told me what the last book you've read is. If you look at that and it's like, wow, that feels really weird in a one-on-one conversation, then we shouldn't be doing, in my opinion, this is just me running my mouth on the internet, we shouldn't be doing that in a live situation. Well, like, who wants to feel like shit? Who wants to be told what to do? I don't get it. I don't understand. I'd rather just talk to people and then also read their comments when we're watching something and commenting on it together and hearing your insightful comment. And because a lot of times, sometimes I'm wrong about shit. Sometimes we disagree about stuff and we can have an incredible conversation. And I don't know. It's not like, okay, class, drop a two in the live chat. And if no one drops a 2, I'm not going to talk anymore. This is the marketing expert people are paying thousands of dollars to a year? Really? Ray? Oh my God. Why doesn't he remove this comment from the screen? Damn.
7 Habits, Millionaire Next Door, Go for No, Power of Focus,
For sure.
Consistency Chain. Is that Simon? Is that his book? Jenny Potter's sabotage one, great one. Business
That's
Secrets from the
true.
Bible. Did I suggest that to you?
Okay, that's a good point,
I just
Jessica.
started that one.
Again, another example, because I'm thinking Ray lives in wherever he lives, and why doesn't his internet work? And Jessica is like, sometimes you live in a nice house in the middle of nowhere and internet sucks. That's great. Having multiple people in the conversation is so beneficial, because sometimes, and a lot of times, I can see things through one perspective, and then we have Jessica giving me in the back of the head saying like, no, there's more to the story. And I freaking love that.
Okay. All right. Here's the question, my friend.
Take off the question from the screen.
Did you teach from that book?
Oh, we're yelling now. Great.
Or did you read it and say, all done, dunsies? Or did you teach from that book?
Why would you plagiarize someone's content and not allow other people to read the book? I think there's a fine line. And look, I react to long videos because I don't want to look like I am trying to take them out of context. I just don't. Could I have cut the long pauses? Yes. Do the long pauses show his level of unprofessionalism? I also think yes. But when Jessie Lee Ward does it with books too, where she will, or she does it with other people's talks as well, they will take someone's talk and use it as their own. And for my money, that's plagiarism. I think what he's teaching here is the same thing.
Did you teach from that book? See, I don't read a book. I mean, unless it's absolute garbage. Now there's I won't say a name. I don't like saying that kind of stuff. There was a book I read years ago. This seriously may be one of the only books I didn't do this with. Okay. And I read this book, I'm like, ooh, he's kind of
MLMs take every sales method and bastardizes it to use for recruiting, not selling.
Oh. I read this book, I'm like, ooh, nice. It was hardcore. And then in the last chapter, he badmouthed network marketing. I'm like, oh, well, can't talk about it. That may be seriously, that may be the only book
I want to know what book that is.
I can think of in years that I didn't do something from, that I didn't reference in a live, that I didn't do a blog about, that I didn't do a reel about, or I didn't do a TikTok about. So I'm not a consumer, right? I mean, I consume, but I'm not just a consumer.
You're a plagiarizer.
So I'm not just all done, implemented.
I'm sorry,
Dunsies.
Emma.
No, I don't do that. I read the book and I think two things.
Say.
Someone say two things. Who can say two things?
I can say two things.
Two
You're
things.
an asshole. In my opinion.
Come on. Someone say two things. I'll move forward.
Oh my God.
Who's going to say it? All right, Jennifer. Bam. Jennifer says two things. And so, two things. Number one, is there anything that I got from this book?
He was asking people to say two things. What kind of authoritarian dictatorship is this shit at the Higdon Group? Who wants to be yelled at and told what they can and cannot say? No one. I know.
And look, I get it. I bet it was a Gary Vee book. I hope it was. I hope it was a Gary Vee book. It does sound like information control. And look, I know that I have some kind of boundaries on, not diagnosing people and not name calling. I know. I get it. I know I don't. But I'm saying like telling people, no, you have to say two things. No, you have to say blah, 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 blah. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like, okay. I know I just called him an asshole, so I know I broke my own rule. But God, he makes me so mad.
That I can alter in my daily routine.
You're an asshole, allegedly.
Sometimes yes, a lot of times no. Because I'm pretty intense with my routine.
Are you?
Sometimes yes, a lot of times no. Second thing, is there anything in this book that my people need to learn. So what do I do if you're brand new here and you're like, who is this lunatic?
Yeah.
Why is he backwards?
He's calling
on
himself a
Instagram?
lunatic,
Doesn't he know?
so. Oops. Whoa. Sorry.
I work with a performance-based team. I help. Second thing, is there anything in this book that my people need to learn? So what do I do if you're brand new here and you're like, who is this lunatic?
We don't even know what you
Why is he
do.
backwards on Instagram? Doesn't he know?
Yeah. Don't you know? Here's the frustrating thing. He could be doing this through Yellow Duck. He could be having all of his platforms be streamed to at the same time from one input source. He could be having his notes on his computer screen. He could be talking and he could be using OBS to go live or restream, and restream would group all the comments together in one place. I know we said this at the beginning of the live, but he wouldn't be backwards on Instagram at least.
I help performance-based teams identify and overcome the roadblocks so that they dominate. That's what I do. And that could be, network marketing, of course. That could be real estate. That could be insurance. I've done all those things. I work with a performance-based team. I help the leader get their team to initiate, activate, and rock like they've never rocked before. I did a training, this was probably about a month ago, maybe, in Dallas, Texas. And there was a lady there, and she didn't know why. She knew she was sabotaging herself, but she just didn't know why.
Because she's in an MLM?
Well,
we don't know.
In a very short conversation, we identified the reason she was sabotaging herself is she actually felt bad about making money since her husband died and she had remarried, and the stepchildren would see her more prosperous. So for 16 years, she'd been sabotaging her money, and she didn't know why.
That's sad.
And we unlocked that. That's what I do. I help you identify and overcome roadblocks so that you crush it. And I work with performance-based teams. So when I'm reading a book, I'm asking myself, hey, is something in here? It may not be useful to me. I'll give you an example. A book out there called Atomic Habits. How many of you read Atomic Habits? How many have read Atomic Habits? I think it's James Clear, right?
Oh, for the love of God.
James Clear? Anyone read it?
Sam.
Okay, Alicia, nice. Mara, April, great. Instagram.
My people, what in the Jim Jones? Yep.
Okay, all right, there you go. Usually it's the other way around. Oh, you know what? I'm not even on the... I'm surprised y'all are even seeing this because the Wi-Fi here has been kind of rocky and I'm not even plugged in. Anyway, so...
He could have plugged in. He could have plugged in to his Ethernet, and we're on willy-nilly Wi-Fi? God. Ray!
Me, when I read Atomic Habits, I'm a consistency freak of nature.
Are you?
I mean, I don't struggle with habits at all.
Do you not?
I am very good at habits. I'm a crazy person when it comes to habits. But
I would never.
Love for helping my people, I taught from that book, even though there's nothing there for me. I
Nina, you win.
The book. I'm like, okay, cool. Nothing there for me. I'm doing these things, and I was doing them like he put words to them.
I don't think he does, Emma.
Stacking. I never heard that term, but I do that all the time. So I'm very good at habits, very good at consistency.
He also says he can control traffic with his mind. So my dad and I were reacting to one of his videos, and or I was either telling my dad or we were reacting to it together. I don't remember. And he was saying that he can manifest or control things, and when things change, then traffic wasn't as bad on his way home. I don't remember which video it was, but it was I either reacted to it with or without my dad, and then because I think that my dad was like, "Oh, this isn't so bad," and then he got to that part, and my dad was like, "What?"
But I recognize in that book, because of the love of who I serve,
I think it is his
right?
first day on the
Not
internet
just
webs.
God, right? But who my customers and my clients and my teams that I work with and the companies that I work with and I keynote for, I recognize that there were things in that book that could benefit them. So I ILT'd that book. And I talked about it.
Is
I
that
said, hey,
plagiarism?
y'all, here's some ideas for you to be better at your habits. Are you doing that?
This guy is
So you
Ray Higdon. He is a good buddies with, or was at one time. Oh my gosh. Sorry. No, she did not.
Don't just consume a book. Don't just consume a longer video.
So
gotta
his
think-
name is Ray Higdon. He and his wife were in multi-level marketing together. They got out, I think, and now they run the Higdon Group and Rank Makers, and it is these groups that people pay to be a part of, and the people who are in them are in multi-level marketing, and supposedly he claims that it helps them make more money in network marketing than they could if they weren't in his group. But people have left and had a different they were playing a different tune in a big way. And Julie Anderson talks about him, and I think Jennifer, I don't remember her last name, but Aaron and Julie Joe have done interviews with them, and they also have focused on him. But he is he's kind of big multi-level marketing coach, and he is angry city. I will say that he can go from normal, like calm, to screaming at you, and it's very scary.
To yourself, like, hey, is there anything that I learned that might benefit the person I'm trying to attract to me, or the person that's actively paying me? You know, we have our partner program. We got, gold partners, we got diamond partners, and we work with them for a year. We help them build up their team, and like, I'm thinking about them all the time. So when I consume information, or when I hire a mentor, or when I go to a mastermind, their needs are going with me. When I read a book, their needs are coming with me, and I'm looking at that book and saying, okay, this doesn't really apply to me, but you know what? My man Justin could use this. You know what? Lisa could use this. And so
What? Jennifer,
Paul,
yeah, there we go.
I
Rahala.
literally have taken forever to answer your question, but does it answer your question, right? And so, doing the video, you have an unlimited amount of content out there. If you think about not the thing you sell, right? Because some of you,
Holy crap.
sell. Hold on, what do I got over here? Right, so let's just say this is, skin cream, right? And so you sell skin cream. So literally every video
Right.
you think has to be about,
Why is this question still on his screen?
That's how you do it, right? Right, how's it go? Like this, right? So you think every video has to be about this, and there's a limit.
He does look like
There's a
him.
limit to this. Think about
Emma
the
just
person
sent me a
that's putting this
picture.
on. What do they struggle with? Self-worth. What might they struggle with? Parenting, maybe. Got a lot of parents.
I think he's paused. What?
To provide more value. They're going to want to follow you. They're going to want to get in your programs.
He
Does this
he
make
looks just
sense?
like him. It might be Eric Worre. I'm not sure.
Okay, I know I took forever to answer that one question, but I felt you needed to hear it. You need to hear it. All right. And so let's do more questions. And for those who just joined us, today is the last day to jump into Top Earner Success School, higdongroup.com/tests. Maybe some.
Why is there not a graphic that his graphics team made him for, like, oh, this is the last day, swipe to an incredible graphic of like what what people would be joining with, like, beautiful, like, his purple color, whatever.
Could type that. That'd be super cool. I would really appreciate it. HigdonGroup.com/test. Today is the last day. And I go through creating a compelling vision, unlimited prospects with scripts, what to say to them, friends and family scripts, even if your friends and family are skeptical of you, even if they're skeptical, how to be a better closer without being pushy, how to master marketing. So a lot of what we talked about, we dive even deeper, and we get into leadership. See, a lot of people, they'll sabotage their recruiting and their sales because they don't feel comfortable about leadership. So we get you comfortable with leadership. We help you become a leader worth following. We help you become a leader people want to work with and want to join.
Yeah, show us the numbers,
today,
bud.
Again, last day, HigdonGroup.com/tests. Okay. All right. So back to this.
Well, I
Can I erase this?
Oh my God.
Can I erase it?
You're the one controlling the live. You erase it.
Just take a picture if you need to. I don't know if you can translate that or not. But yeah, all right, we're gone.
Why would we not have prepared for this live with graphics that you could swipe through and show behind you?
We gone.
Oh my God.
All right.
Oh my God.
Another question. Them more than this. Very well said. Exactly. Yeah, because if you're serious about your growth, then you're studying, aren't you? You're reading books and you're getting into courses and you're doing that stuff. So why not? Why not teach from it? It helps you learn it better. So I'll give you an example.
Why not teach from it? It helps you learn it better. Plagiarism. 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 I don't know. Plagiarism? Can you imagine looking at authors' work? And I'm not saying all authors are great or all books are great, but looking at them basically like free training that you didn't have to do, and you can just basically swipe it and train your team on it. It's such a lazy way. It's such a lazy way to train your team, especially when they're paying you a premium and you're stealing your ideas from authors, in my opinion. This is as bad as not hitting present. I think it is.
2 different Bible mentors right now. And I'm intense, man. I am hungry. I'm hungry. And if you've ever wondered, all right, I'm gonna give him another shout out. So Pastor Anthony, he's a local pastor here. And he was the second guy that I ran into, didn't really know him. I actually didn't remember his name and I didn't know what he did, but he was the second person that told me he saw a big vision for me and God. And I'm like, what's happening here?
Oh, a pastor? Maybe you have a church that they're hoping that you tithe to, said that to someone who is incredibly wealthy, that there's a big vision for them. Look, I know some really great Christians. I am also very nonplussed by the sales and the marketing and the money that gets taken from the congregation and what it is used for. It's very frustrating. And so I have a hard time thinking that there were only good motives involved with a pastor reaching out to Ray Higdon, who has a lot of money. And that's as ungenerous as I can be on the internet right now.
And he was over at the house 2 days ago, I think.
That's cool. That's super cool.
I think Wednesday. And so I'm going to, he's going to be mentoring me. He's been at this for 21 years. He's a deliverance and he does deliverance. He does all kinds of stuff. And he said,
it's lazy and illegal to plagiarize another's work.
This is a big question for Christians. You want to know why some people grew up with the church. They've been at this thing 20, 30 years. And, they're feeling good, whatever, right? But then they see someone else come into Christ. And in year 1, they're like healing people. They're like delivering people. They're like out on this, they're traveling the world, like doing, incredible things. And like, well, how's that work? And so he gave me an analogy. He said, all right, I live here in Naples, Florida. He said, what do you think would happen if I dropped a 100-pound bag of rice, out on the curb outside? He said, what do you think would happen here in Naples, Florida? And I'm like, well, it'd probably weather and probably go bad, and someone would probably have to throw it away. He said, what do you think would happen if I dropped that off and somewhere in Vietnam or something? Well, they'd scoop it up and they would eat it, right? They would get that bag and they'd rush back to the wherever, and they'd eat it. What's the difference? Hunger. I'm hungry. Are you hungry? For whatever it is that you're pursuing, are you hungry? I'm hungry.
That is such a manipulative story. I don't want to get into religion right now. God dang.
And so we, me and my Christian is my other Bible mentor, and we spent 1 hour on one verse.
Yep.
And I won't even tell you the verse because I don't feel comfortable teaching it. We spent 1 hour on 2 lines. And I'm like, well, what about like this? Like that. If I'm not comfortable teaching it, right? If I'm reading a book.
And just like the perspective that there are some people in the United States who have such a low view of other countries and other people in other countries, and that only like fulfillment and goodness can be in the United States, and that everywhere else is like whatever it is. It's inaccurate. And it's just such a small-minded place to view the world from, and it's wrong. It's wildly wrong. Oh, Bethel. Yep. Bethel's awful, in my opinion. It is awful. Hey, Mia. Naples is a wealthier community. The city would tell his pastor to clean his rice up. Yeah. That's some manipulative Bethel gaslighting crap. Yep.
If I'm reading a book and I don't understand something, I can't teach it. How could I teach it? And by the way, there's a difference between hungry and needy. A lot of people are needy. They're not hungry. A lot of people need stuff. Oh. They need a breakthrough. They need a miracle. They need a helping hand. They need, if only they had a mentor, right? A lot of people needy, okay? A lot of people needy.
Like what part of the Bible is he studying? I'm just wondering. I know there's like lots of non-religious people in the chat. I know there's some religious people. I know that there's lots of people in the live chat and maybe in the replay crew. I don't know what part of the Bible this dude's reading. I don't get it. And this is me having lots of critiques of the church in general. I don't get it. I'm going
to hit you with a Proverbs, most likely.
Oh, my God.
Proverbs 14:20.
What is this, Kim Walker? Like, what the hell? Oh, my God. He could have said somewhere in the United States we have plenty of... And that's true. That's a good point. Very good point, Jessica. And I think, like, some of the wild stuff is, for example, when one of the hurricanes hit here in Houston. And Joel Osteen's church is inside of the old Rockets Arena. And you see all of the flooding around. You can see pictures of it. And it didn't get inside the Joel Osteen's church. And they locked their doors. To people who may have needed help. And I'm just thinking, like, what part of the Bible? And I know like some people, again, I don't want to religiously flag anybody, but I think I think that Ray has pressed all of our buttons at this point. But what part of the Bible did you read, or did Joel Osteen read, when the way that you operated was locking the doors of your church? And what part of the Bible is Ray studying where he's telling these kind of stories, and it's motivated with an undercurrent of that kind of negative perspective about other people in other countries, and also not acknowledging too that there's lots of poverty here in the United States as well. I don't know.
3, in all labor there's profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. So those that are needy, right? Let me hit you with another one that just came up.
What is this? Scripture roulette?
Be that. Oh, that's not the one I'm looking for.
Oh my God.
I don't know if I'm going to find this. Hold on.
You need good teachers to teach people who need it more. Yep.
All right, fine. I'm not going to find it. Sorry. So the needy, right? They're the craving, right? They're craving stuff, but they're not really hungry. They're not doing the work. They're not diligent.
I mean, the needs are valid, sir. I don't understand what I do understand. You're just awful.
Not diligent in their mindset. They're not diligent in the work. Okay.
Yep, they do. You can need help without being needy. And even if you are needy, like, having needs is legitimate. It is. And to like try to paint a certain person in a perspective where they're not asking for help in the best politically correct way. Give me a break. If you need help, you shouldn't feel bad about asking for help. And you shouldn't be made to feel bad if you are needy, if you do have, like, I don't know. I just think, like, the way some things have been marketed, it just villainizes people who are not the villains.
Wish I could find that.
Maybe we should have prepared for this live stream.
All right. So questions.
Shocker.
What do we got? I got time for like one more. Famished, says Kathy. And you know who's
He has time for one more. There's 20 minutes left of this
test.
live. Oh my God.
Very simple test. Who's hungry?
Yep.
It's the attempts at personal production. So if you're, for example, if you're in a sales organization, you may think that the person making $1 million a year, $1 million a month, or whatever is the hungry person. What's their attempts at personal production? That's how you'll know. Are they still out there doing the do? Are they still out there making it happen? Are they still out there doing live videos or prospecting or, going to meetings to network and going and offering their services? Are they still out there? Or do they just have a great business that they built when they were hungry?
I just don't think like we should have, and again, if you're a Christian, great. If you're not, cool. I'm saying that if you have read the Bible and and again, there's lots of crazy things in there, but when you're actually looking at the way, like the instruction for treating people who needed help, it seems pretty clear to me. And yet, here we are with Ray Higdon cherry picking his own Bible verses and being contemptuous of people in need. And we're reading again.
So, Chris, this is a little different, kind of question. Chris, I pray for my family, but I'm praying they hunger for the word. I believe that is key. I remember 40 years ago being hungry to learn the Bible, and God provided in marvelous ways. And so, I would, Mark, I believe 11:24. Let me just, I don't want to misquote here. Yeah. Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you've received it and it'll be yours. And so I would see them with the end result. Now, there's a second part to that, 11:25. Okay. Okay. So Mark 11:24-25. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you've received it and it will be yours. And when you stand praying, if you hold anything against anyone, forgive them, so that your Father in heaven may forgive you your sins. So that's a 3-step process.
Oh my God.
I do this multiple times a day. I do it absolutely every morning, absolutely every night, sometimes in between, where I believe that I've received. So what would I do? I would be in Thanksgiving. Okay. So I say, God, I connect to you through my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I want to say, thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the clarity. Thank you for the direction. Thank you for Holy Spirit filling me and speaking through me. Thank you for me being a vessel for you. Thank you for me being a microphone.
I didn't realize there was going to be this much religious manipulation in this call. Apologies. I don't understand. I don't get it. Here he is using a verse to fit his narrative. Indeed. He should also read about what it says about scamming people. Yep.
Microphone for you. Thank you for abundance. Thank you for new clients. Thank you for expanded and enlarged territory.
Abundance, and that's not in prosperity gospel, is not in the Bible. Sorry, dude.
Thank you for increased love, increased joy. Thank you for a wonderful relationship with my wife and I, a wonderful relationship for my kids and I. And I go through.
This is like manifestation crap and twisted prosperity gospel mixed up into one messy shit show.
I keep going. I go. Then I'm like, I forgive anyone who's harmed me. I forgive anyone who's ever tried to harm me. I forgive anyone who's actively trying to harm me. I forgive anyone that is hurt me in the past, knowingly or unknowingly. And I also, a new one for me is I ask for grace, because that's something I was missing. That's something I was beating myself up literally every day. Even though I teach you the gap and the gain, I was still beating myself up if I fell short, if I didn't read as many chapters as I wanted to. And so I asked for grace. How about
treating people well? How about, forget it. I'm not going to cry over Ray fucking Higdon.
After I forgive, then I ask for my forgiveness. Please forgive me for any lack of grace, for any lust, for any.
I mean, I feel like my dad is one of the. My dad and my mom are some of the few Christians I still respect. It's just been a wild ride after leaving my MLMs and some shit stuff that happened in church growing up. And it's just like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure stuff out. Like my dad and my mom are great. And like listening to him talk, it's just awful.
Lack of discipline, for anything I did knowingly or unknowingly, please, forgive me. So it's a 3-step process. Now, what I would suggest against is praying for the how. See, I don't say, hey, thank you, God, for bringing me brand new clients through LinkedIn. That's really important that they come through LinkedIn, right?
So I
don't focus on the how. Now, in my prayers, right, doesn't mean that I won't have a strategy for TikTok or Instagram or whatever else, but I'm not trying to dictate the how. I'm not
Husband
trying to
keeps
say
on
it
yelling
has to look
prosperity
this way.
gospel is bullshit.
So I didn't crave the word, just so you're aware. I didn't crave the word. I was an orphan spirit. I was trying to fill a hole in me that I wasn't able to figure out. I thought maybe meditation, and that definitely helped. It helped me get to a better point, but I didn't crave the word. I didn't crave the word until I was born again.
I think the tough part is there's going to be people who watch Ray who are like, by this hook, line, and sinker. And like, we can see his behavior for what it is and how it's harmed others. And we've listened to other people who were harmed by him. And knowing the twisty damage he's doing, it's just so hard to hear. And how confident he is that what he's doing is the key and the right and all this other stuff, when taking the position where you're so contemptuous about others, it's just hard to listen to. And like,
So
I don't wish anything bad for him. I want people to stop scamming other people. I want the deceptive recruiting practices to stop. I want the emotional I say emotional abuse, but like the emotional harm that he's exerting in his high control groups to stop.
Be careful, Chris, with the how, right? I would just say, I would see them as saved. I would see them in my imagination. I would see them as, praising God. I would see them as having Jesus as the Lord and Savior, et cetera, or whatever you're, trying to do. I just wouldn't try to dictate, the how. That's the only thing that I would say, regarding your prayers. I hope that helps. Mike, once you have forgiven, do you physically change your contact with them? So for me, that depends. That depends. There's two things around that. Number one, if you're holding a grudge and you haven't had a relationship with someone, and you would feel bad if they died without you trying to have a relationship with them, then clearly reach out to them. Clearly.
What?
Now,
You're not a
if they died
therapist. You're not a therapist. Oh my God. What the fuck?
Just like, whatever, right? The only exception to that is if it's put on my heart. So there's absolutely been weird and tough conversations that I've had that I know Holy Spirit guided me to. I mean, I was an MC of this charity event, and it just I got instructions that I needed to talk to this lady that I had only met one time, and I'd met her husband one time. And I say, hey, she knew who I was. I knew who she was, but we really only talked one time. And so I said, hey, can I talk to you for a second? We went outside and I said, hey, your husband is suffering from being an orphan spirit. And here's 2 resources that will help him.
What the hell is what? I'm looking this up because I don't understand what he's referencing. Orphan, spirit, religious. A spirit, an orphan spirit is an identity that lives apart from Jesus loving us with his perfect love. Is this even in the Bible? Because I remember in the Bible it talking about taking care of widows and orphans, but orphan spirit is something. The term orphan spirit can't be found in Scripture. It's a created term. Breaking the orphan spirit. This is... What? Where is this? Click here to donate. What? The Light Christian Fellowship? No, this is something different. Dang. What?
And here's what it looks like. And she's like, oh my God. And they were in the process of, I don't know if they are still, but they were in the process of going through a divorce. So if I have a conversation, put on me, I'm going to go have it. I'm going to be obedient. And the more that you listen to, spirit, then, the more you're going to get communication is what I understand. One time it was put on me to have a very tough conversation with my wife, something that happened while we were dating that I had never, told her. And I wasn't proud of, I was ashamed of, I felt guilty about. It was first put on my heart to ask for forgiveness, which I did. And then the next week it's like, okay, you need to tell her. I'm like, oh man, really?
Because the person who would need to forgive you would be your wife.
I don't want to tell her. By the way, resistance doesn't come from the spirit. Resistance comes from your soul.
What the?
Okay. All right.
What?
And we took a turn, didn't we? It's like, what do you do on Instagram Reels to how do you forgive somebody?
You haven't told us how to do anything.
We cover a lot of ground in here.
Oh my God. Thanks,
Kim,
Beth.
being an expert before teaching. Yeah, so all right, so Kim is saying, hey, being an expert before teaching can feel like a limitation, intimidating. So I think what you're saying is, what if you're not an expert? I mean, my journey is a great one. I mean, I started going live every day about faith the day after I got baptized in the Holy Spirit. Not an expert here, learning as I go. I'm voraciously hungry. I'm studying, I'm learning, I'm doing what I think I need to be doing, right? Being obedient. Definitely, I am not, in fact, Evan, he cracked me up. Evan yesterday, he was like, what do I call you now? Reverend, pastor, preacher? I'm like, I'm not any of those things. All right. I'm not any of those things. I am not ordained. I'm not qualified. I don't have any of those certifications. I don't need that. And so here's the thing to remember. So I had we're still buddies, but I got a buddy, and a few years ago, he was a realtor, making it rain, doing pretty good. He was making like $200,000 a year. Okay. So he's making $200,000 a year as a realtor, doing pretty good, right? That's not bad. Pretty good realtor. That's not bad. And I said to him, I'm like, dude, that's awesome, man. Cause I was there. He was actually the very first mastermind we ever had. He, I don't know if he even knew I don't know if he even wanted to be a realtor at that point. So I've seen him go from, zero, not making anything to, now I don't know what he's doing. He's probably doing a lot more than that now. But when we talked initially, he had gone from zero to $200,000 a year.
Hello, Karina.
Now I said to him, I'm like, dude, that's pretty great, man. You should start like making some courses or ebooks or something like that around how to crush it in real estate. And he's like, dude, there's people make way more than me, which is true. But that's not who you're teaching. You're teaching all the people making less than that.
Oh my God.
Which there's a huge number of people making less than that in real estate. So instead of you thinking that you have to be number one, right? And you noticing, and here's what you're doing. You're noticing the gap between the ideal person and where you think you are. That's what you're doing, right? You're comparing. You're like, well, I ain't number one. Well,
there has to be something to be said, though, for creating something that is actual beneficial and valuable, not just an open opportunity to take advantage of people who know less than you do. Most experts that I talk to who are like good, like true ethical experts or whatever, they will say like, I'm still learning. I'm not an expert. And they have like PhDs and doctorates and all this other stuff. So I think there is something to be said for not writing something if you don't know, or if you are also not able to execute on what you do know.
I'm not the top earner. I'm not an expert. I don't have any certifications or anything like that. So you're comparing to this ideal person. You know, they got a halo on. They're just amazing. They got bling and rings, and they got the rollies.
A halo and bling and ring.
Timbos and the. I'm getting ridiculous, aren't I? And so you're comparing yourself to who you think you need to be for you to be able to teach and be an expert. And what you really should be doing, okay, is comparing yourself to when you started.
Yep, it is.
Okay. So this is the gap. This is the gain. What have you gained? So, and this is true in anything, right? So if you've lost 20 pounds, you got another 50 to go.
What? How did we go from not teaching us anything to religious manipulation to body shaming shit?
Don't do this, do this. Help the person that dropped the 20 pounds. Hey, y'all, want to lose 20 pounds? Let me show you what I did. How many people would like to lose 20 pounds? Now, you wouldn't say, here's how to get six-pack abs if you don't have six-pack abs.
That's good to know, Heather.
But you would compare yourself to when you started, right? And you would say, here's what I've learned. Here's how I've gained. Here's what I've mastered. Here's what I've done. And that's real confidence. See how that works? That's not made up. You did that. You lost the 20 or the 10 or the 5 or you made $100 or whatever. Like literally, if you went and you're in network marketing and you made $1,000, how many people haven't made $1,000? Teach how you made $1,000.
No.
Help the person you used to be. Instead of comparing your.
I'll help the person that I used to be. If you find this video and for some reason you've gotten to the end of this shit show, I will, as Ava says, and also y'all, if you don't follow 𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐃, she just had a bunch of her videos demonetized because her intro says "Welcome to the MLM shit show" at the beginning, and YouTube is slapping her videos. So if you don't already follow her, she could use the extra support if you're open to doing that. But like, not getting stuck in a high control group that plays on your fears and your phobias, and being able to take a step back and look at the information and be able to make a conscious decision that maybe goes against your high control group. That's what I was able to do in 2020, and it still sucks. But I'm alive, which is great. I call that a win. I call that a win because trying to treat my mental health with essential oils for 3 years was the wrong thing for me. And I think it is just listening to unlicensed medical professionals in a situation. I would say that if you still have answers and your MLM products are not helping or fixing your problems, go talk to your doctor, go talk to a therapist, maybe even go talk to someone who specializes in leaving a high control group. There are some licensed therapists who have that expertise. You can watch a lot of free videos on it. Aaron Smith-Levin, Dr. Stephen Hassan, a little bit culty podcast. There's books out there. But like, you're more important and you're more valuable than your success at making an MLM product work, if that makes sense. Like, your mental health is more important than you staying in when something isn't working. Your being alive is more important than the realization that maybe the MLM product is not the solution. So do what you need to do to aggressively advocate for yourself is what I'm trying to say. Even if that means leaving a group. And it is hard.
Yourself to, yeah, the top earner in my company wouldn't buy my course. Of course they wouldn't. That's not who you're selling to. That's not who you're offering it to. And I'm not saying it has to be a course, but I mean, it could be a video, it could be a TikTok, it could be a reel. Does this make sense? What's not everyone's gift? What do you mean?
Teaching.
What do you mean?
Teaching.
What, to teach?
Oh my gosh.
Let me tell you, I've seen some people that didn't have the greatest presence, but they did something and their videos went viral. It's not like they were super polished. I mean, I've been at this thing a long time. I hope if I've been, public speaking for, 15 years, I would hope I'm okay with this. I'm doing good.
Thanks, Janet.
Oh, okay. Right.
Hi, Rachel. Hi, yep.
But
Eva's
just, you gotta
amazing.
kill this. This is what prevents you from impact. This is what keeps you nice and small. Because we always diminish, right? The more we do of this, the more we diminish ourselves. We get smaller, right? Like the more we do of this, of, oh, I'm not blingo, oh, I'm not rock star, oh, I'm not number one, right?
What?
You get smaller and smaller and smaller. You feel worse and worse and worse. But if you're over here, you're like, hey, man, I did this thing. He had made that 200K. He was comparing to the, rock stars that were making millions, but he had done this. How many people would like to do that? A lot of people.
God.
Okay, helpful?
Really?
All right. If you like this kind of training, you'll love our 6-week program. But today is the last day to jump in. It's higdongroup.com/tests. higdongroup.com/tests.
Can you imagine how much better this presentation would be if he had a beautiful purple graphic that was talking about the title of the course, things that you get, the last day or whatever. He swiped back to it.
It's $197 or 3 payments of $77. And I'm telling you, if you create a compelling vision and you go through the exercise,
anyone have
that I'm
access
gonna
to
do
this
in week
course?
1, which is next week.
You want to let me log into?
If you just do that, it's worth the entire investment. If you tune the rest of the course out, which I hope you don't. I hope
you don't give a flippity flop as long as there's enough people buying it.
Continue and get your money's worth, right? But if you just follow this, if you just create a compelling vision that makes you more consistent and get you out of your way, that's worth the investment of $197. No question. However, but wait, there's more. Unlimited prospects with scripts, friends and family with scripts, even if they doubt you and are skeptical, how to be a better closer without being pushy, marketing to generate more leads with a contest, with Q&A, leadership, over $6,200 worth of value for $197, or if this is easier, 3 payments of $77.
$197.
And so today's the last day, higdongroup.com/test. If you're on here, you may want to tell your teammates about it. Do you want your team to crush it in 2023? What if you had 15 of your teammates in there? I mean, you would crush it. You would absolutely crush it. And so I hope this was helpful. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. And thanks for the wonderful questions. We had a great mix, marketing and faith and all kinds of cool stuff. So I appreciate you so very much. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.
What the hell? What did we just watch? What? I think that $197 is groceries in this house. So that's a no for me, dog. Because of course we cannot end without Ray asking people to give him their money. You found some scripts? What? Jessica, let's go live. Let's go live this week. Dang. Well, Thank you. Big, huge thank you to Aaron for sending me that video. That is public. So if you want it, it is on Facebook if you want to be able to watch his video. I downloaded it so we could just pause and play it easier. That was it. Where's my tomatoes? Hold on. I need to find my tomatoes. I have my tomatoes somewhere. Let's see. Is it this? Okay, we can't do MP4s with that. Let's see. I'm trying to find my tomatoes. Hold on. Is it this one? It's not a camera. Is it this? Let's see. Okay, let's just hide that for a second. I don't know how to find it though. I have my tomatoes somewhere, and I just need to throw them at the screen, but I don't know where they are. Those are Christmas balls. 𝐓𝐇𝐎𝐔𝐆𝐇𝐓𝐅𝐔𝐋. I don't know where I put my tomatoes. Tomatoes? Oh, is it this? Man. I'll have to find them for next time. I'll definitely load them up for next time because I know. Hey Harper, hope you're feeling better. Live chat, you've been the MVP of this stream. Thanks for keeping us on track. And I'm trying to get back into streaming. It has been difficult. It's been y'all are the good part that makes streaming great. And thank you so much for joining at whatever time that you're able to join. Replay crew, much non-culty love to you. I will catch you on the next live stream. I was going to do Jesse Lee Ward's podcast review today, but we got this gift from Aaron, so it was great. Hope you have a good night, sleep, or a good day whenever you're watching this, and I will see you next time. Wait, do I have an outro? No, I don't. Wait. Stream is ending. Goodbye.